What was your score prediction?
197.
I predicted 200 plus.
Nikhil, I think we were 190 or 180 if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
I predicted 186. So
You are the closest by 21 runs away. But you have to blame the Lucknow Super Giants skipper, KL Rahul, for that. But then, before we come to KL Rahul,
and we will.
165 for 4 by Lucknow Super Giants after winning the toss and opting to bat. Initially, it was not easy. 10 overs, 57 for 3.
There were 26 after the power play. 26. We've seen in some instances batters take 26 runs off 1 over in the power play.
Just ask a Jake Fraser McGurk who took 28 of Avesh yesterday.
Just ask the likes of, in fact, even a Travis Head, Abhishek Sharma, Sunil Narayan, spill salts of the world. Players who look to take 20 runs off a power play over for fun.
Yep. But luckily, a partnership of 34 plus 65, 99 run partnership between Ayush Badoni, who hit a 30 ball 55, and Nicholas Pooran towards the end, 48 of 26, ensured Lucknow Super Giants have got to 165 for 4. But the last 10 overs were proper T20 cricket.
Yeah, it felt like a T10.
Yeah, the first half looked like a mixture of an ODI and a test match because KL Rahul, now this is where 29 of 33, 1-4, 1-6, 10 runs only in boundaries. Add to that 31, then if you look at 19 of 31, the remainder of the runs, it was a torturous feat for him. 87.88 strike rate. Great if you are in the 90s ODI, but in a T20 of 2024, there is a reason why KL is out of the setup. And I think he will pretty much stay out of that setup.
I mean, one of our family members actually messaged me on social media and said that, so today, earlier in the day, we saw the preview, the trailer for the test 3. Then KL Rahul batted and you just saw the test 4. Yes. That's how bad this was. I mean, and by the way, this is the same KL Rahul who a few matches back was talking about the opening batters needing to up the tempo and look to play, more aggressive at the start because you needed better starts in the power play.
Yeah.
Where was that? I mean, it's not like he lost that many wickets also. I'm sorry. Quinton going early should not be a big surprise given the woeful form that he's been in. And I really don't know what Kyle Mayers has done to not get a look in at this point in time because surely he can't be much worse than Quinton. And Marcus Stoinis also being dismissed to a ball that swings or spins should not be that much of a surprise. If you're 21 for 2 in 4.2, logic at that point says you just go for it because you do have enough batting. I mean, look. Deepak Hooda didn't bat. Krishnappa Gautam did not bat. KL got a start and then that's it. You're waiting for that acceleration point to turn up because he was not even batting at like a, in T20 cricket, a slow strike rate would be if you're batting at say 120-ish.
Yeah.
He wasn't even batting that. He was batting at a strike rate of under 90. That's perfectly good as you said for like a 90s, mid-2000s ODI. Yeah. But in today's day and age, you would expect even your openers in ODI cricket to be scoring at a quicker strike rate than that. That's just by no stretch of the imagination is that good enough. And I'm sorry, this guy can't be going around telling them that, as openers, we need to up the tempo, boss. Practice what you preach. 29 of 33, unforgivable, unpardonable. You left a mountain for the rest of the batters. Also, it's not just the KL Rahul thing. There were some baffling decisions. Why, in what world, in what universe do you send Krunal Pandya ahead of Nicholas Pooran?
Exactly.
What is the logic that you wanted a left-hander? What is Nicholas Pooran then?
Maybe they are like, he can face only 5 overs. That is why we will send him only when there are 5 overs to go. But when Krunal Pandya fell, that was the thing that yes, you had to get a Nicholas Pooran in. Because if a Deepak Hooda had come at that time, gone. Then you would have not even reached 165.
Yeah, because Deepak Hooda, what is his classic problem? His inability to properly play spin.
Yes.
This season, he's been dismissed a lot via spin. And so that would have been a major issue because again, the pitch did slow down significantly. And if he were in the middle overs, he would have faced Vijaykanth
Vyaskanth, who by the way had decent out.
Excuse me.
4 overs, none for 27, but he got sharp spin.
Yeah, and Shahbaz Ahmed also bowled only 2 overs, but just 9 runs. Yeah. So they dried up the runs aplenty in the middle overs, the spinners. I mean, if you're looking at it, the pacers, everyone was expensive, barring a Bhuvneshwar, and him also because he mostly bowled out, I think, 2 or 3 overs. Correct. When the ball was getting plenty of swing. Other than that, everyone got tongue. The second half, as you mentioned, that you looked at maybe 10 overs of T20 cricket, so it was like a T10 of sorts. You saw the pitch playing through, and now in hindsight, and again I'm saying this already, but if it turns out that the pitch is eased out, then that means that LSG potentially wasted the best bowling conditions because they did not actually have any kind of intel on how the pitch works. And I say this because one of our regular Sports Today family members, Sarachandra, is a local in Hyderabad, and he was telling me before the game that, sir, when it rains in Hyderabad, the pitch will always slow down. And I was like, no way, it'll slow down this much. But geez, it did slow down. It slowed down significantly. Local knowledge is second to none. And how is it that, okay, fine, I understand you don't, but how hard are these kind of things to find out? I don't think they're that hard.
You know, I was having a feeling. You remember I said it won't be a 270-ish kind of weight. Sure, that match was played. But then I started to take pitch analysis with a bit more pinch of salt. I mean, yeah, I remember one thing in the 2012 CLT20 final. New South Wales, I think Sydney Sixers, I think were taking on the Highveld Lions. They were playing in Johannesburg on that same 438
wicket.
Yes, but then Highveld Lions, I think, got out for just 100. And Sydney Sixers chased it down with about 10 overs to spare and 10 wickets winning. So that is why I do believe that, okay, whatever wickets you say, oh, this is a 277 wicket, I felt, no, it can't be a repeat of that. And maybe because of the wear and tear, because of all of these things, it won't happen. So, credit to Badoni and Pooran for at least giving your bowler something to bowl at.
Yeah, I mean, look, Nicholas Pooran finally showing why they need to be batting him higher up the order. And this is what I would always say about LSG and their model order, is that there's too many players there who ideally should be playing at 3-4. Marcus Stoinis, Nicholas Pooran, Ayush Badoni, Deepak Hooda. That's all of them bat in 3-4 range.
Yes.
And you've got 4 of them in there for what's essentially 2 positions. No wonder you're going to struggle. Because you're not batting these guys in the right position. Deepak Hooda would have been coming out to bat at 6, if at all. For all you know, if one of them got out towards the end, they could have actually promoted to Krishnappa Gautam and just said, you know what, just go there and tonk a couple, because conditions have eased out and you know how to hit in the depth. So it's just one to me middle order batters. I just do not understand. Speaking of KG, he seems to be warming up with the ball in his hand. So that could be an interesting ploy, because again, we've seen this pitch be a little bit favourable to spinners.
Yeah, he will, and also because 2 left-handers, Abhishek Sharma and Travis Head. And if you remember when they started with spinners, RCB, against them, they collapsed.
Yes, it was Swapnil Singh. Who started out and then kind of choked the flow of runs, got rid of Head, if I'm not wrong.
No, I think it was Markram and Klaassen, if I'm not mistaken. Right. So today you've got 3 spinners. You have a Krishnappa off spin, you've got Ravi Bishnoi leg spin, you've got Krunal left arm, and you've got Marcus Stoinis with his dibbly dobblies, as well as Yash Thakur and
Yash Thakur, never mind, Naveen ul Haq. This kind of a pitch, the cutters could be golden.
Yeah, and it was getting very sluggish. But I have a feeling, looking at the way how LSG batted, I think this pitch has eased out.
That's what even I was thinking, because again, although what it could also tell you is that this is the kind of pitch you need to get your eye in a little bit. Once you do, you figure out how the pitch is bouncing, then there are runs on offer, but it doesn't have the kind of, let's say, true bounce you'd expect from a lot of these T20 tracks in India.
Correct.
Definitely not true bounce, but it is one of those tracks where you need to get your eye in. In that sense, I think this is advantage SRH, because again, they have the advantage of knowing what they have to chase.
Correct.
So as far as pacing themselves go, it should not be much of a problem. That being said, this is a team that are notoriously bad at chasing.
Very bad indeed, and that's why, Ashish Dhar, your prediction was spot on. He played a 165 for 7, although it is 3 wickets lesser.
Yeah, but again, we got the score right. So
he got the score right, yes. But this game will be viewed at very closely by Mumbai Indians. Now the condition is this: if SRH win, MI are out, because MI can only get to 12 and one of DC or LSG will get to 14, because they are playing one game on Tuesday. So that is why MI can't get to 14, even if, unfortunately, if either of these team wins. It's bad news even for RCB also.
Correct, because again, RCB also can get to a maximum of 14.
Yes. So if SRH win today, and if LSG win against MI or DC, then it's game over. Because they have although RCB need to lose one game so that there is even mathematically no chance.
I mean, they do have games against the likes of Delhi, so it's and Chennai, against whom they
And
don't
they
have
want
a
to
good
play against
record.
PBKS tomorrow in Dharamshala. That's the last away game for them. So that's why PBKS, if they do it, fine. Now this game will be very interesting. I had stuck with one floodlight failure has happened.
I think we could very well be in for a wee bit of a delay in that.
Yeah, it will be a delay. Yes, floodlight failure has happened at Uppal. Not surprising. You do often get floodlight failures there.
And I think this is the first time this season we've had a floodlight failure of sorts.
Yes.
I remember last season, very early on, we had one. It was Punjab Kings versus KKR.
KKR, yeah, that was the game which cost KKR big time because the rain came and then afterwards.
Yeah, you had multiple delays, couple of delays for the floodlights. Then the rain came at a time when you had both Sunil Narayan and Shardul Thakur in a chase.
Yeah,
so you could have potentially chased it down, but because you were behind on the DLS par total.
7 runs. You were 7 runs behind the DLS par total, and that's why it couldn't start. So we do have a bit of a delay. I think the generators will take a bit of time to start.
We'll take a few questions till then, let's say.
Mayank Madan is saying, KL should tell himself that he's not a T20 player anymore. I feel he should be sacked if they don't finish in top 4. He's an ODI or test player. He's just a bit worse than Kohli.
I mean, I do agree with Mayank in the sense that he does kind of come across now more as an ODI or a test player. T20, I mean, I just don't see it. I mean, this is the guy who is talking about, we need to play more aggressively, and now 2 games back to back. KKR, it was like 25 of 20.
Yeah.
And there at least he was at a plus 100 strike rate today.
Yeah, I think even in the previous game also.
He slowed down. Yeah.
I think he was in big trouble there.
So even against KKR, he slowed down significantly because he was at like about 11 of 5 or something. Yeah. Then from there to get to 25 to 20 means you really did drop the ball as far as, let's say, your strike rate is concerned. Varun Parvatanani says that curtains for MI, they can rest Bumrah and Hardik now and have Rohit captain to get some confidence back. I don't see that.
It's not happening. I mean, we've done a video where Kyron Pollard is saying we have not hinted at a rest for Bumrah. So that is why I don't think it is going to have a big say on it. See, even when Bumrah was coming back from injury, you just ensured that you aggravated by playing all 14 games, and MI had no chance.
They lost 7 or 8 games on the trot.
They lost 8 on the trot. And they were at the bottom of the table. You are not coming out of the wooden spoon, yet you played him in all 14 games.
Yeah, at that point your qualification hopes are done.
Done.
Because you were playing 14 games. 8 games means that to win 6 in the trot to reach 12. Yes. Forget about it.
They didn't even reach that. Singularity is like saying getting KL out was a blunder by Cummins.
I agree. In fact, even Piyush Nandre was saying that they've complicated it for themselves because if he didn't get them out, they'd probably be chasing 140.
Nah, I mean, see, he hit a shot and directly it went to the long leg fielder, so you can't help anything. But yeah, what about SRH's fielding today? It was fantastic.
I mean, the last ball of the innings, Nitish Reddy saved what looked like a certain 6.
Yeah.
Of course, it got given a 4 in the end, but can't fault the effort at all. Flying up, trying to claw it back over the boundary rope.
And what a great effort by even Sanveer Singh to get rid of one of the batters. And Nitish Reddy, again, Quinton de Kock. He got him at the boundary, he just tipped it over and then jumped and got it back. So, and the Pat Cummins run out of Krunal, what fantastic fielding that was also. So, yep, the floodlight situation has been sorted and Abhishek Sharma is the impact sub, and if you look at it I think LSG haven't made their impact sub yet.
They haven't, but I'm sure they'll bring on a Yudhvir.
They'll have to bring in a Yudhvir Singh Charak. So, Arnab Ghosh is saying...
he means Shane.
Shane. What team you want to face in the playoffs?
I don't care. Bring any of them on. Once you're in the playoffs, you can't be selective. You have to face whoever's the top 2 teams, and right now KKR do look likely to be taking on an RR, which I still say I can bring it on. I'm okay.
Yeah, qualifier 2.
And Krishnappa Gautam's got the ball in his hand, as I said.
KG has got the ball, and let's see if he can deliver the goods, because 2 left-handers. He will be very, very important in that season.
Listen, I had predicted LSG to win.
Yeah.
I'm kind of flipping. I have to go over to the SRH side because logistically there's no way they win this. Even kicking, screaming, crawling, they should win it. But if LSG are to have any chance of winning, they're going to need wickets and lots of them. Yeah. Otherwise, forget about it. They just don't have enough runs, if you ask me. 166 in today's day and age, ain't it? Not happening.
Maybe, but maybe a low scoring thriller then. Let's see how Abhishek Sharma and Travis had responded.
In some previous game,
Correct. GT 165.
160, but that 160, but I think that was at Ekana.
With Adegana, which was playing similarly. So
Similarly, yes.
let's see.
I think it's going to be a tough chase.
Yeah, but
I backed SRH,
Yeah.
but then I feel that this total is going to be very tight in that sense. So
Absolutely.
Piyush Nandre said from 2007 to 2022. Okay,
Go slide up.
slightly up. And has he mistimed it? No.
We've taken that Hurricane comment before, Piyush. That's
Yeah.
correct, though. I get your point.
Yeah, but then there was one more thing. More lighter the blue color in Indian jersey, more better they performed. 2009, 10 and 21, dark blue couldn't even win single match against big teams in group stage.
Oh, you have a dark blue this year.
But then the dark blue you won against South Africa in 2010. Come on. Yeah, you lost all the games in the Super 6. You lost to West Indies, you lost to Australia, you lost to Sri Lanka. But yeah, today, this time you have a dark blue and an orange, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah.
Give Australia a light yellow or a yellow
And they
or
still
a
win.
Green, they will still beat you. That golden green in particular. Yeah. So let's see. I have said SRH from the beginning. Shane has turned over to
This side, the orange side.
the orange side. So let's see. Oh, this
Getting
will
some
be,
grip.
I think it won't be an easy chase. It honestly won't be an easy chase. So let's see. See you in the match. And let's see whether MI are eliminated.